guys. Early in the morning, I am finally going to pick up our van. Now, if you watched the first part of this video, you'll notice that this is a different van that we're in. So, to add to the ongoing saga of trying to get the van fixed, the loaner that they had given us, in addition to having 2 slow leaks in the tires, which I may have mentioned, the engine light went on last Friday morning on our way to Meals on Wheels, basically. And since I didn't know the van very well, I might have taken a chance in our van because I know how it's been maintained and all. But the engine light always scares me. I mean, that could be anything. The engine could be about to explode, I'm pretty sure. Or it could be you didn't put the gas cap in right. So to me, that's very scary. So we canceled Meals on Wheels because I didn't want to get into the city with Dan and get stuck somewhere. So we got the new loaner, which is really super cool. This is a 2022 Toyota Sienna Hybrid, and it has a sunroof. I love sunroofs. One of our previous cars had one. It was my favorite thing. So that's been really fun. Hey guys, I'm heading out running some errands. This is a part of our seemingly endless van experience. We're in week 4 now from the first time when I started taping. So just to recap, our van, we were having trouble with the door and the ramp mechanism. The door would keep closing over the ramp wouldn't come out, then the ramp would go out and not go in, and then the door wouldn't go in, and you get the drift. So we called the dealership, and they couldn't see it for 2 weeks. So I carried on a little bit about how we didn't want to be in the house for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever. So they gave me a loaner, a slightly older loaner with a manual ramp, which I actually liked a lot. So that was a good experience. But that van itself had slow leaks in 2 tires. It needed air every day. And then finally the engine light came on, and I'd had enough. We missed actually our Meals on Wheels that week because the engine light was on, and I didn't want to take Dan into the city with the possibility of being broken down there, and I wasn't sure what I would do with that story. So they worked on it for a couple weeks. They fixed it. They ended up having it for a total of, I guess it was a little over 2 weeks, but with the week with the loaner, it was actually 3 weeks. I called about the engine light and the slow leaks in the tires, and they gave me another really cool van, a Toyota Sienna Hybrid, which was kind of fun because I've not ever driven a hybrid, and it was a good experience in another vehicle, and that worked perfectly. So that got us through till they finally called and said it was done. I go in, I write the $900 check for, I'm not sure what was done, I guess the hourly rate and whatever, and bring it home. The next day we go to occupational therapy, and we're like, yay, we got our van back. And I went out into the parking lot. I always pull the van around to the front. There's a curb cut right in front of the hotel, where it's really easy for the ramp to be able to go out. So I'm sitting there, and I push the button, and it's doing the exact same thing. And when I say exact same thing, I mean in every detail. So it's like 9:30 in the morning now. I call the guy, and I'm like, what is going on? You can imagine. You guys have heard me rant before, and it was a shame because, in the end, probably not their fault, but it wasn't fixed. So I got hold of the manager and told him I wanted to trade this white van in, because for sure I was not going to have a summer like we had last summer. First 6 months of the van, 2 months it was in the shop with them. That's ridiculous. You know, it was a 2020 to us. We bought it in 2021. That's brand new. We generally feel like if we're in the same decade, it's a new car, you know, based on our experience before. So actually, and to my great surprise, he said, yeah, sure, come on in, I'll show you another one. So we are trading in. We're getting a 2019, also a Chrysler Pacifica. Near as I can tell, indistinguishable from the one that we had. I'm not sure, you know, that 1 year means nothing. The interior's in great shape, which we'll take care of. You know, it was nice to drive. It was exactly like being in this one. So, next time we post, or the next road trip, you'll see us in a bright red 2019 Chrysler Pacifica. And we would appreciate any prayers toward, you know, this thing working for. So that's it. So the question we have to ask ourselves now, do these delays happen because of disability? You know, am I paranoid saying that it would be? Maybe. Absolutely maybe. Maybe this could have happened to anybody in any dealership. But I don't think so. I don't think it would. I think that the dealership where we go to, where the people are, you know, so genuinely nice, you know, none of them want a delay. It may be the way these businesses are structured. There's just not enough people in them to promptly service your vehicle. Like when I go to before we had 2 Nissans, and we would go to the Nissan dealer and get fabulous service, and a loaner if it's a long time, and a loaner if it's a recall. And we had a couple recalls fixed. And we had it back in a couple days without exception. The only time I've had a van in somewhere for 3 weeks was to have the engine rebuilt. I think I mentioned that already. And it wasn't a van, it was one of my pickups when I was landscaping. So, is it because they're disabled? No. Is it because they figure they don't need the van? They're not commuting to a job? I mean, they know us. They know our situation. They have a vague idea of what Dan's issues are, that we had to share with them to get the right van. It's not, maybe it's not because of the disability. Special fancy wheelchair van where you can go anywhere you want, and that is so, anywhere you want. That's the operative phrase there. And for Dan, that is freeing, even when he's sitting in the hotel room. The fact that he could go anywhere he wants. There's a lot of potential in having these vans. When the van goes in the shop, you're stuck inside, unless you have a loaner. I'd appreciate it if you guys would tell me off in the comments. Tell me I'm paranoid. Tell me I'm seeing stuff that isn't there. I would really love some dialogue on this because I'm kind of struggling with it. Hey guys, we're back in our old van again. And today it's me and Dan and his nurses. We're going to look at the van that we are hoping will not be in the shop 2 months out of 6. This is what we're hoping. I'm going home. Yeah. Geez, I can just punch the clock and sit here with Dan and let him do all the talking. This is the end of our painfully long What Happened to Our Van video. In the beginning of the video, we're driving a white 2020 Chrysler Pacifica. that has spent probably about 3.5 of the last 12 months in the shop. By now, we'll be driving a red 2019 Chrysler Pacifica. That has an impeccable service record, and hopefully we don't break it. You guys have heard our trials and tribulations all through this video. I kind of updated you when I was driving back and forth to the dealer. I wanted to bring Dan in though and get his input on it. I'm excited because the new van is red, and really, I'm not that mechanical, so color is really the only thing I'm qualified to make a judgment on. I think red is better. Dan? Yeah, he likes red too. So we're happy about that. What we're doing is we're trading it in. We're going back a little bit, so we're not out of a lot of money. We got into kind of a weirdness about how high used vehicles are trading for right now. We're moving on. This new van has been, what's the word? Meticulously maintained. Oil changes and all kinds of stuff happening. It's going to run, right? Yes, it is going to run. Or we'll know why. Because this year was rough. And mind you, we've had a great year. And having 2 vans in 1 year that are within the same decade that we're in, is the height of success as far as we're concerned. But we're done with the dealership. You guys heard me say that. We're done with the delays. We're done with them keeping it for 3 weeks. We're done with loaners that have the engine light on. We are done of all of that. So going forward, we've already told you guys the great scavenger hunt is coming, and we are not playing around this year. We are getting 36 sites, right? Yeah, no fooling around with pneumonia, no vans breaking down, nothing like that. We're very excited about it, and this van's going to get us to all these places this year. So I linked a bunch of videos. You've already seen me by myself in the various vans. I did a video in the loaners and talking to you guys about what was happening. This is the last one. Next one, watch our Instagram page, and we'll be putting up pictures of the brand new van with us in it, one would hope. And Queen Elizabeth on the side. Some of you guys have seen on the white van as it traveled around, I found this really goofy Queen Elizabeth sticker. And I put it on the side of the van, and she's doing like the royal wave like this, and wearing this, how do I say it? Wearing this bright yellow dress with one of her infamous ugly hats. Yeah, I don't know why. I was waiting for a prescription at Walmart and going through the clearance rack, and I saw these sitting there, and I laughed out loud. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's hitting everybody different. Dan kind of didn't get it at first. I think it's growing on him. He just looked at me. I'm holding up Queen Elizabeth, laughing hysterically, and he was doing pretty much that right there. It's grown on you, hasn't it? So before we could trade the van in, I had to find another Queen Elizabeth sticker, and I have ordered it. So we'll toss a picture of that in after this. You know how something strikes you funny and nobody else? It's kind of one of those deals. So, all right, Dan, anything you want to say about the van or Queen Elizabeth? Yes. Happy, happy, joy, joy. The immortal words of Ren and Stimpy, right? Yeah. All right, we will see you guys in the next video. If you can, please subscribe, because you'll get all the updates of the scavenger hunt. Scavenger hunt runs from June 22nd until the end of September. So we'll be posting each site pretty much as we go. And we would love it if you just stayed on the journey with us. Thanks a lot. We'll see you in the next video.